and welcome to this week's Viking Verbatim. We once again want to thank Walnut Communications for putting this program on for us to communicate some of the exciting things happening at AHST and the Walnut Community Schools. Today we're going to talk about homecoming thank yous, the expansion at the AHST building, and we want to highlight the Project Lead the Way happening in the Walnut Elementary. I first want to thank everyone involved with homecoming this week, from our businesses, our sponsors, our booster clubs, and everyone who had a part in making homecoming week a success. If you weren't at the game, you could still see some of the highlights online, and the ending will not disappoint you. One of the expansion projects at AHST, and probably the biggest question that I get, is why the need for an expansion at AHST? What I want to remind people is some of the classrooms that we are expanding onto the building already exist, but rather the 4 portable classrooms that we have to the west of the building, we want to make brick and mortar classrooms actually attached to the building. So of the 7 new classrooms that we want to expand with, 4 of those are actually only replacing the existing classrooms that we have that are portable. 2 other classrooms will be brand new science lab that will have state-of-the-art facilities for our students. The other part of the expansion is the addition of the facility for weight room and the wrestling room. These plans are not new to anybody. In fact, as of 6 years ago, the architect drew up plans to add them onto the building when they built the elementary. But it wasn't a good time at that time for the district, and it didn't fit into the budget. The addition of the fitness facility and the weight room will complete the project that was planned many years ago at AHST. Now I want to introduce Mrs. Sarah Cook, the principal in the Walnut Elementary, who is going to highlight the Project Lead the Way that's happening in the elementary classrooms at Walnut.
Hi, I'm Sarah Cook, principal of Walnut Elementary, and I'd like to highlight a little bit about Project Lead the Way, what it is, and when we're going to begin that program here at Walnut Elementary. U.S. Department of Commerce estimates that jobs in science, technology, engineering, and math, STEM, will grow 17% by 2018, nearly double the growth for non-STEM fields. By 2018, the U.S. will have more than 1.2 million unfilled STEM jobs because there will not be enough qualified workers to fill them. STEM is where jobs are today and where job growth will be in the future. Project Lead the Way, PLTW, is the nation's leading provider of K-12 STEM programs. With this program, we can prepare today's students for the jobs of tomorrow, giving them expertise in the engineering design process, problem solving in real-world situations, and in thinking outside the box. In PLTW, teachers become facilitators of student learning, guiding them to find answers themselves rather than the old set and get model of instruction. PLTW is very hands-on. There are currently 2 modules for every grade level, and each module comes with a kit of materials. Ours just came in the mail on Friday. These are some of the materials that come along with it. Kindergarten will be exploring structure and design, determining different ways to build the strongest structure possible as they build model houses that are made to withstand the fierce wind of the wolf in the 3 Little Pigs. 5th and 6th grade will be learning about coding and computer programming as they construct and learn to maneuver small VEX robots. PLTW uses a train-the-trainer model for teachers' learning, so Ms. Wyrick and I went to lead teacher training this summer. We began the training with our teachers during in-service last week. Our kids arrived on Friday, so we expect PLTW to be rolling out in classrooms by the end of October. Walnut Elementary is literally leading the way with PLTW, as the elementary program, called PLTW Launch, was piloted for the first time last year. Only 11 master teachers were trained and sent out around the country this summer to train lead teachers such as Ms. Wyrick and myself. So I'm proud to say that we are one of only a handful of schools offering this cutting-edge program at the elementary level, and I'm very much looking forward to getting this program started at Walnut.
As a part of the whole grade sharing agreement, AHST and the Walnut Community Board of Educations meet twice a year in joint board meetings to talk about any issues that are happening with the whole grade sharing agreement or what the future may hold. The first joint board meeting will be held in October. When the dates come out, we will be sure to publicize those, and as always, those will be publicized as part of Walnut Communications. This is just a friendly reminder that as fall approaches us and the weather drops in temperature, your kids need to be dressed appropriately when they come to school. That means make sure to wear jackets and hats and gloves as needed. Again, thank you for being great parents, thank you for being great community, and as always, Thanks for the support of our schools.